Rebecca Bell-Carcel, and I'm the author of two middle grade novels, The Other Half of Happy and Shine On Luz Feliz. I also just finished drafting a third novel, and I want to make a couple of videos to talk about how I did that. This one is about motivation. How do you keep writing? Especially if you're not on a deadline for a publisher, it's just you and the story. Even if you are on a deadline, that might not even motivate you that much. So I found it really hard to actually sit down and be typing this book. So I want to share with you some things that worked for me. Maybe they'll help you stay motivated too. So first of all, I tried to have some kind of time of day that I knew would be a good writing time and try to sort of make an appointment with myself to meet myself at that time. It wasn't necessarily every day because my life wasn't working like that. But just knowing that, hey, there's a sweet spot in the day coming. I should try to arrange things so that I can meet myself there during that time. Morning is great for me, I'm finding. So I'm trying to schedule other things to leave open some time for writing in the morning. So knowing yourself, knowing what's the sweet spot for you, and then try to prioritize that as writing time. Another thing, do all the tricks. Put on music, light the candle, try to read something inspiring, like maybe poetry, or maybe something out away from your actual work. Create the ambiance, create the environment, set something inspiring on your desk, or pull the laptop outside with you if that's more inspiring, to be in the yard or be in nature or be on the porch. Try to do those outer things. It's nothing to do with what you're actually typing, but yeah, the music, the candle, nature, like find stuff that's inspiring to you and put that to use. I have a picture of my father who was a bit of a writer himself, and I have been putting it on my desk a lot of the time that I was writing this book, especially because the book is set in Guatemala, which is where he was born. So for me, that was like a little talisman, and I had to like look into his eyes every day and say, I'm going to keep writing this book. So that was very inspiring to me. I also went outside a lot. So yeah, switch your location. That alone might be motivating. Outside, of course, but maybe a coffee shop, maybe a library. You might find a place that's especially like clicking for you. So that's another thing. I also tried to get in touch with why I write at all, because the doubts come up. You're typing and you hit a spot where you're not sure what should come next. You're sort of thinking, why am I doing this? Who's going to read this? Even if you have a reasonable expectation that you'll get it published, still you have doubts. Like maybe this isn't work. Like maybe this book won't be my next book. Maybe this is a big dead end. And that happens. Creatively, not every single thing we write is going to be good, worth reading by other people. So the doubts come up. So getting in touch with my purpose for writing, my reason to, do writing instead of 10 million other things I might choose as hobbies or as, important stuff to do on the house or whatever. So yeah, why am I doing this? For me, I had to tap into what do I get from writing myself? How do I serve the world? What is my work trying to accomplish artistically or in bigger ways? Those kinds of questions. When I answered those questions, it helped me to move past the doubt and the voices that say, this is worthless, you're wasting your time. Okay, just but no, I want to write and I have these reasons, and this is why I do it. So getting clear about that can help. Yeah, and then, setting the timer for 10 minutes. Sometimes I didn't even want to click the file. I didn't even want to open the file. I was so unmotivated to write certain days that I just set the timer for 10 minutes and I said to myself, okay, I'm going to write for 10 minutes and then I'm not going to write after that. This is all I'm giving this project today, 10 minutes. And of course, once I get into it, once I do open the file, once I do start reading like what I wrote yesterday, and I use that as sort of a launching pad to what I'm going to do today, I look at maybe my little cards that tell me what it should come next in terms of like the next scene, the next conversation. Yeah, 10 minutes goes by, the timer goes off, but now I'm into it. And now I don't want to stop. So that's my trick to like trick myself into writing when I don't want to write, is tell myself just 10 minutes or 20 or whatever to try to get at least started. And then I want to continue. So that's another thing. What else did I do? Oh, I told people I'm writing this book. So accountability. I will text you as soon as I write chapter 1, or I will celebrate that I got 10 chapters in, and I'm going to do that by letting friends know or family know so they can celebrate with me and just like widen my process to include other people, at least on the milestones that I'm hitting. So it's not just me and the page only. We're accountable to other people, or we're going to celebrate with other people. So that helped me. What else? I think I work well in bursts, and I found this out about myself. If you're a person who writes every day from 6 a.m. to 7:30, I bow down to you because I do work well in the morning, but I don't seem to be able to be quite that regular and consistent. So I know this about myself, that I work well in short bursts. I'm going to intensely work on this one project for some weeks, and then I'm probably going to set it aside. And so I just know that for some weeks I'm going to have downtime, I'm going to have daydreaming time. I'm not going to necessarily write on the project every day, but once I get kind of into some portion of the project, I'm going to really hit it hard and I'm going to be intense about it. So I know this about myself, and I know that it's okay to have days when I'm not writing, because I am going to hit a patch where I'm really intensely writing a lot. So just no guilt about the days that I'm not writing. Yes, that's become important, especially as I start writing not just a project, but like think in terms of multiple projects and across years, not just like right now. So knowing my own style helps me be nice to myself. Yeah. Okay, so those are some of the things that helped me slog through this book. And of course, I enjoy some of the writing, but I don't enjoy every moment of it. I really don't. I love being finished. And of course, it's not finished, but I have a draft, and now we can be revising, which is a whole nother video, right? But this is what motivated me to keep going and make it happen, get to the end. Okay, I hope this helped you. Click like if it did, and or if you liked it anyway. And I'd love for you to subscribe, and I hope you'll join me for another video soon.